Each year, Microsoft Research hosts hundreds of influential speakers from around the world, including leading scientists, renowned experts in technology, book authors, and leading academics, and makes videos of these lectures freely available.
My name is Yanni Adonelis, and I lead the data science group at Freelancers. And let me start by, I was listening to the conversation before, and I sort of hate the word crowdsourcing at Freelancers because it's not because the marketing department doesn't like this negative connotation. It's more because we think it's not where the future of online work is. And so what we're trying to build at Others is the online workplace for things beyond crowdsourcing. And so let me start by giving a quick overview of Odesk and Elance recently merged. And I'll discuss some of the data science problems we try to tackle there. So Odesk started from two founders, Greek guys. One of them was in Silicon Valley, one of them was back in Athens, and the two were classmates back at their undergrad. So the whole project started as a way for them to start working, convince their boss to start working together. Their boss wasn't convinced that he can have somebody work remotely. And so they thought there must be a better way. So that's how they started building the infrastructure behind what became Odesk. So currently, there are about 2 million businesses hiring on the platform. There are more than 8 million freelancers. And recently, we crossed the $1 billion revenue going through the platform. We're talking about not the regular mechanical Turk work, but more of IT, design, all kinds of long-term relationships. There are more than 2.4 million jobs posted annually. There are several, more than 20 candidates per job where the client can choose from. And more than 25% of the jobs are filled within an hour. So there's a momentum around. It's not something that happens every second or a minute, but these are complex jobs and takes an hour, so about a day to be filled. Clients go through a regular interviewing process with their candidates. It's more of a regular interview process where you look at people, you review their profiles, you can talk to them, and then you can decide whether it's someone that fits your profile. The type of clients we have are all sorts of people from small startups that are trying to expand their team in a flexible way, to mid-sized companies, Series A, Series B companies, and large companies that many of them are actually bringing their independent contractors in the platform to manage them in a better way. Again, the type of freelancers is also varies across. There are small agencies that are groups of people working together to provide their services. There are people like Anna, who's our designer, that's have a regular job and they want to expand their salaries and work overnight. And there are high-end people that decided to work from home and leave their day job just to work online because it suits their schedule better. The type of jobs that are here, again, vast majority of them is IT and programming, engineers, developers, and we have all kinds of categories. We're recently starting managing our categories actively so we can expand, but most of them grow organically. And again, it's a global marketplace. So there are clients and freelancers all over the world. Most of the clients are coming from North America, Canada, Oceania, and most of the freelancers are on Asia and Eastern Europe. So as a data scientist, the amazing thing with Elance Odesk is the data we have there. So we have the biggest closed-loop data set of online labor. And this includes resumes, it includes job posts, applications with all the information on the cover letters that people write, their bids. We have messages exchanged throughout the interview process and after the contract starts. So throughout the contract, people communicate using our internal tools, and we have all these data sets. We also have the hiring decisions and the hiring process that the client is going through. So how he interviews, which people he interviews, which people he decides to skip, and all the activity around the contract, the feedback that people leave on the site, both freelancers around clients and clients around freelancers, plus the money transactions, which is very unique. So I'm going to skip through quickly some of the data products that we're building there. So Freelancer Search is one of them. So in general, we're trying to optimize the matching process. And so this includes helping clients finding freelancers. And so we have Freelancer Search. We have tools like more like these, similar freelancers, and so like recommendations so that we can proactively surface people that we think are relevant to the client. We also help freelancers find jobs in a similar manner. So we have job recommendations, we have job search and similar jobs where we build machine learning models for. And then we also help clients go through their applicants in a smart way. So we try to arrange their applicants based on who we think has a higher probability of a good outcome if they choose to hire. And we also try to filter some of the things that our friends were discussing about, filter people that's like spamming with applications, etc. Now, just to illustrate why, how this is different from like regular search or regular recommendations, if you think of, if you take, for example, a query for Gangnam Style video at Google versus an iOS developer query at Autodesk, Google can always show the same video, whereas we have a few thousand of iOS developers. The difference is that Google can afford to show a billion times the same video. We can, because each contractor has limited availability. And so we have to take into account who is available. We have to be able to sort of like calculate that both for implicit signals and for explicit signals. And let me just give some of the findings around predicting outcomes, and then I'll stop here and take questions. But here, the problem setup is we have a job, we have a client, and we have a bunch of applicants, and want to decide which of the applicants are likely to get hired and produce a good outcome. And one of the surprising results we found here is we built 3 different classifiers. One that uses freelancer features only, one that uses client and job features, and one that combines all of them. And as you can see, the surprising thing is that just by looking at the client, the second classifier, we can get a better prediction about what the outcome of the job is compared to using the freelancer information. So this is a huge finding for us, and so like starting to take advantage of this around the importance of client education. So people, because they have these capabilities now to hire people easier, doesn't mean that they're good managers, they are good people at screening people. And so it becomes more and more important to help clients and help people to educate them how to post and how to hire people online. So I'll stop here and take questions.
Thank you.